to This Week in the NFL, Week 10. I'm Kendall Capps.
And I'm Andrew Williamson.
And we're going to break down this week's key matchups.
Start off with a big AFC North battle in Pittsburgh. The Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Steelers. Bengals fresh off a trouncing of the Ravens, and the Steelers coming in fresh from a nice game against the Broncos on Monday night. What do you see going on here?
I think it'll be a hard-fought game. It's battle for first place. Cincinnati's undefeated on the road. Pittsburgh's undefeated at home. Which will break this week? It's difficult to tell. They're two very good teams.
I like the way the Bengals have been playing. They've been, surprising a lot of people. Every big game they've stepped up with. Whereas Pittsburgh, they're the Super Bowl champs. People may be forgetting that. And they've played like the Super Bowl champs for most of the year.
Yeah, as of late, they've won 5 of their last 6. Their defense is starting to get healthy. Polamalu is everywhere the last few weeks. He's looking like the old himself. And the depth that they have at receiver with Wallace, the rookie, who's made a big difference for them, Ward and Holmes. And on Cincinnati's side, Chris Henry got knocked out. He's out possibly for the year. That hurts their depth.
It is a loss for them at receiver.
Yeah, he's their long ball threat. He might have been the quickest guy on the team since he got out of jail. So it should be a hard-fought battle, but it's hard not to go with the Steelers, the defending champs, at home in this one.
Did you mean the fastest guy on the team since he got out of jail, or the fastest guy on the team since he got out of jail?
It could go either way.
I don't know. I like Cincy in a close game here. They've been pulling through so far this year. Let's see how it goes.
Hey, you never know. It's a toss-up. They're two very good teams. That's going to take us to Atlanta, traveling to Carolina, where Carolina pretty much has their season on the line.
They've been playing well lately. They really almost should have beat the Saints, if not came close. Mm-hmm. And other than that, had rolled to a few straight victories, and I think this is a closer game than it looks like on paper.
I agree. I think Carolina, that running attack is really starting to get going. D'Angelo Williams has 400 yards rushing the last 3 games. Jonathan Stewart has over 200 yards receiving and rushing. They certainly have a formidable offense. Delome's not throwing as many picks. But Atlanta, even though they haven't been that great on the road, they're 8th in the NFL in the turnover ratio, whereas Carolina is 31st. They're -9 on the season. I think that might be their Achilles heel.
I agree. I like Carolina. They've been playing better. Delhomme has been taking better care of the ball, but Matt Ryan is really starting to turn into a good quarterback. That defense is looking solid again. Mm-hmm. Michael Turner is running through people. I like Atlanta.
Yeah, I also do.
Taking us over to the East Coast, go Jacksonville at New York. 2 teams in the hunt in the AFC wildcard picture, but the loser is going to take a brutal hit in the winner, setting up a key run towards the end of the year. Jacksonville's been playing well, but I'd like the Jets to come out after their bye week and kind of put it to them.
Yeah, bye week at home. They're number 1 in the NFC against the pass. So Garrard, who has struggled all year on the road, even at Tennessee, which goes to show how much he really struggles on the road, will have a long day. If the Jets can just find a way to stop up the middle and slow down MJD, the Jets should be able to take care of business.
Yeah, I agree.
That's going to bring us to one of the old rivalries in the NFL. Dallas, coming off a big win in Philadelphia last Sunday night, travels to Green Bay. What do you see there?
I think Dallas surprised me. I hadn't liked them for most of the year. I said they hadn't made a statement win. They came out. They made the statement win. Green Bay is in disarray. Let Tampa Bay Bucks put up 38 points on you. There's something wrong. The offensive line's not working. The defensive line's not working. Things need to be fixed. I think they have some good pieces and a talented team, but I think Dallas will come out this week motivated and get some revenge for the big loss. Or no, I guess they put up the big win last year in Dallas.
Yes, I did. You touched on the offensive line, and to me that's been the biggest weakness for Green Bay this year. They actually lead the NFL. Aaron Rodgers has been sacked 37 times already this season, by far the most in the NFL. Dallas is 7th in the NFL with 21 sacks on the season. I look for that to continue. They put a lot of pressure on Aaron Rodgers, probably a couple turnovers, and let's face it, folks, Green Bay's not as good at Lambeau as they used to be. It's not quite what it was.
Well, and at some point you have to wonder how long Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to stay on the field if he keeps getting hit like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it seemed to take a lot out of David Carr when he went through the same kind of season back with the Texans. When a guy gets sacked 40 times, that's a lot of hard hits.
It's going to take his toll.
Yeah. I like Dallas.
Yeah, I also like Dallas. I think they make a statement game. They improve to 7-2 and make a run toward trying to ease their way into home field possibly.
taking us over to Philly at San Diego. Two teams coming off big wins last week. What do you see?
No, Philly dropped Sunday night.
Philly, I'm sorry. I didn't see the end of the game, and I assumed Philly had won, and they disappointed me at the end.
Yes, yeah, I thought Philadelphia would play a little bit better at home last week. San Diego, with a great performance, a gutsy performance, coming from behind in the fourth quarter in Giant Stadium. That passing offense has looked amazing. Vincent Jackson's having a hell of a year. And they go against that Philly secondary, which has been a strength for them all season. It's almost a battle of wills in that department. It should be a great ball game.
I personally think Philly seems like a well-rounded team that comes out and plays an occasional bad game. They dropped under the Raiders, and then they come out and put up impressive wins. San Diego, I don't think they have enough pieces right now. I think their wide receiving core is great. Their quarterback is very good. And the rest of the team is kind of trying to fill in the gaps. So I think Philly comes in, gets off the schneid, makes up for it with a big win.
I don't know, it's a really difficult game. San Diego now only one game behind Denver, so they're certainly going to be motivated. They're back at home. Philadelphia, who's fallen one game back, they need this game. Both teams really want this. Philadelphia's plus 11, number 1 in the NFL in turnovers. I think they're going to create a couple turnovers, and I think they'll end up pulling out a big road win.
I agree, and I think if you shut down that San Diego or the San Diego
passing attack,
there's not much left to do.
Yeah, LT's he's starting to show his age a bit. He's hitting that wall about now. It's certainly going to be difficult for them.
And how much are they missing Michael Turner?
Yes, absolutely. Losing might not have been the right choice. And that's going to bring us to our final game, which might be the most intriguing game. The New England Patriots of the entire season, if possible. But then again, the Pats do play in New Orleans in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But New England travels to Indianapolis. This is a big game to see who might have home field advantage throughout the AFC playoffs. If Indy wins this, they pretty much have it in hand over New England, no problem. If New England wins this, they pull one game behind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I see a New England team coming into this game, getting their offense on track, and a Colts team that's methodically been winning, but skinning by at the skin of their necks, I guess you would say. I think New England comes in and makes a statement and sets up a big playoff rematch in this game.
I see a very tight game, obviously. Indy's undefeated all season. If you look at them statistically, they're very similar in a lot of rankings. First and second turnover ratio in the AFC. It goes all the way down to punting and kicking. They're actually right next to each other in those categories. One glaring difference, New England's running the ball for 115 yards a game, and Indianapolis only a little over 80 yards a game. I think that might be the difference. I think the ability to run the ball, take some pressure off of Brady and those wideouts, could create something downfield.
I agree, and because you know Belichick is coming with the blitzes for Peyton this week.
Yes.
And it's not going to be as easy to throw to Dallas Clark as it was against, say, the Texans. You're playing the Patriots defense, you're going to have to run the ball to move the chains a little, and so far the Colts haven't shown that they can do that.
Yeah. It's a great game. It's a great classic matchup. Brady's 5-2 all the time against Manning in the regular season. I think it might continue that way, and I think New England might get a big win.
And the Colts coming off a win last year, but this New England team is starting to remind somewhat of the 2017 that did beat the Colts in Indianapolis. And, you know, you get the feeling maybe the Colts are due for a road bump, whereas the Patriots are hitting their stride.
They are. They certainly are. They're hitting their groove. Welker and Moss, those guys are really getting home. You got Maroney, who's running the ball really well. It's going to be tough to stop that offense.
And nonetheless, you've got two good teams who are going to be Super Bowl contenders down the road. This is one of the fun matchups of the year. Enjoy watching.
Yeah, Sunday night NFL, so it'll be a fun game on prime time. Enjoy it. And that's going to do it for this week in the NFL. It's Week 10. I'm glad you could join us. Again, if you want to see the rest of the picks, you can log on to AmericanSportsDaily.blogspot.com, and we will see you next week.